Hi folks, welcome to RJA Impact. Today we're going to be providing an update on the latest events going on in the sad case of Gabby Petito's murder. Gabby Petito's parents have just submitted a $50 million claim against the Moab, Utah Police Department. They say that if officers had recognised during a traffic stop last year that their daughter was at risk, and as they put it, Brian, her fiancé, was the true primary aggressor, then she may still be alive today.
Driver is showing some obscure driving, possibly intoxicated. Oh! Subject just hit the curb.
In seeking the $50 million, they say that the Moab officers were negligent, and during the stop, Brian Laundrie, 23, made self-evidently false claims. They go on to say that the department itself was negligent in that they didn't train police officers properly to investigate domestic violence incidents.
You want to tell me what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, some days I have really bad OCD, and
Okay.
I was just cleaning and straightening up the back of the van before, and I was apologizing to him and saying, I'm sorry that I'm so mean, because sometimes I have OCD and sometimes I just get really frustrated.
You got 3 scratches in your neck, you got 1 on the left side of your nose, you got 1 in your face here, and you got 4 bleeding over it. So it looks like 2 hands coming in.
Do you mind lifting up your right sleeve for me? I'm curious about something.
What's that from?
I suppose fingernails, but
Yeah,
I'm not complaining.
absolutely.
I'm not complaining about
Is it
fingernails.
bruised or tender or anything like
No.
that?
They made this in a notice of claim that was sent to the department on Monday this week. That's the 8th of August 2022. As well as negligence, they go on to say that the killing was caused by wrongful acts. Brian Stewart, who is an attorney for Gabby's family, said in a press conference on Monday that Moab officers failed to recognise the serious danger Petito was in and failed to investigate fully and properly.
Gabby Petito's parents have asked the law firms of Parker and McConkie and Zimmerman Boer to represent them in a lawsuit against the Moab Police for their negligent failure to first understand the law and enforce it, and second, for the wrongful death of their daughter.
They did not have the training that they needed to recognise the clear signs that were evident that morning that Gabby was a victim and that she was in serious need of immediate help, Stewart said. A Moab City spokesperson declined to comment, saying, "The city does not comment on pending litigation." All of this comes on top of the current pending litigation going on between Gabby's parents Petito Schmidt and Joe Petito and Brian's parents Chris and Roberta Laundrie, in which Gabby's parents claim that Brian's parents knew that their son had killed Gabby and were aware of the whereabouts of the body of Gabby. After an extensive search, Petito's body was found in the Grand Teton National Forest, and the coroner ruled that she'd died by strangulation. Laundrie's body was found in mid-October in a nature reserve in Florida, and in a notebook found with his body was a confession to Gabby's murder. A medical examiner said that he died from a self-inflicted gunshot. Now, at the heart of Petito's family's claim is the traffic stop last August, which officers executed after being informed that the witness had seen Brian assault Gabby. Police pulled over their vehicle, a white Ford van, after it exceeded the speed limit and left its lane and struck a curb, according to a police report. We've seen footage recorded by police body cameras that show the Moab police officers talking to Petito and Laundrie, who admitted having a fight in which Petito said she struck her fiancé first. Officers noted that Petito had cuts on her face and arm, and she demonstrated how Brian had violently grabbed her face during their altercation, telling police that Laundrie gets frustrated with me a lot. But Petito also, in quotes, displayed the classic hallmarks of an abused partner, the notice says, taking blame for the incident. The officers did not press further, the notice goes on to say. The family asserts that a previously unreleased image from the incident shows a close-up shot of Gabby's face where blood is smeared on her cheek and left eye, demonstrating the vicious nature of Brian's attack. Laundrie told police that the couple had been under increasing stress and admitted to pushing Gabby away when she tried to slap him, and also to taking her phone, claiming that he didn't have one and was afraid that she would leave him. However, later in the interview, he took out his own phone and gave officers his number. Despite the wounds and Laundrie's contradictions, one of the officers ruled that Petito needed to be arrested because, according to Utah's domestic violence laws, she was the main aggressor and Laundrie the victim. However, both Petito and Laundrie didn't want this, and the officers eventually agreed not to charge Petito as long as she and Laundrie agreed to spend the night apart. Roughly 2 weeks later, Brian brutally murdered Gabby, leaving her body in the woods of Grand Teton National Forest, the notice says. A review of the Moab Police Department's handling of the incident by an independent investigator, and this person was a captain with the police department in Price, Utah, over 115 miles away, recommended that the two officers who responded be placed on probation, saying that they made several unintentional mistakes, namely failing to cite anyone for domestic violence, even though there appeared to be only sufficient evidence to charge Petito. The investigative report, which was released in January of 2022, recommended new policies for the department, including additional domestic violence training and legal training for officers. The city at the time didn't address any potential discipline for the two officers, but says it, in quotes, intends to implement the report's recommendations on new policies for the police department, including additional domestic violence training and legal training for officers. Based on the report's findings, the City of Moab believes our officers showed kindness, respect and empathy in their handling of this incident. A statement by the city said, Petito's parents didn't comment on the litigation during the virtual news conference at the direction of their lawyers, but her mother acknowledged the footage of the Moab incident was very painful. In quotes, I wanted to jump through the screen to rescue her, Nicole Schmidt said, encouraging victims of domestic violence to reach out for help. Asked what the family wants the public to remember from Petito's story, her father Joseph Petito said people should learn there's always a way out. Her legacy is to help people that don't see a way out, and there are, he said. This now brings to 3 the cases that are going on in the Petito Laundrie sad affair. There is the case for intentional infliction of emotional distress brought by Gabby's parents against Brian's parents in respect of the fact, as they allege, that the Laundries expressed hope through their lawyer for Gabby's safe return when in fact they knew she was already dead. There is also the case that Nicole Schmidt, Gabby's mother, as administrator for Gabby's estate, is bringing against the administrators of Brian's estate, in other words his parents, for damages for her wrongful death. And finally, there is now the case against the Moab Police Department, as we've just heard. That's it for now. If you like and subscribe to the channel, then that would be great, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos and updates as they're published. Bye for now.